Hi there, my little chickadees and buccaneers. It's Miss Tiona here. We're doing LadyBug yoga this time for our ELO, and I hope you all are ready to go. I hope everybody has a mat, and if you don't have a mat, it's really okay. You can do this on the floor. It's not going to kill you. All right, but if you have a mat, awesome. Maybe if you have a water bottle, awesome. All right, and make sure that you are socially distant away from each other. All right, so let's get started. Yesterday we had our first, well, I should say for me it was yesterday, we did our first video, and on that video we learned a lot of new poses. It was awesome. Today we're going to learn a lot more new poses. All right, so our goal this week, this session, is to learn more poses and learn how to use our breath to help get us through a pose that might be a little difficult for us to do. Because as we keep going, we're going to keep doing poses that are a little bit harder and harder and harder. All right? So, first thing I would like you to do is, why is yoga important? Who remembers? Hey, counselor, if you could take a minute, see if they remember, get some answers from your kids, and then come back to me. Get about a minute. All right, welcome back. All right, I hope you got some great answers, but the right answers that you should have gotten is increase your muscle strength, improve your flexibility, and improve your balance. 3 really, really important things why we do yoga. All right? Teachers, at this time, I'd like you to, after I tell you what you're going to do, you're going to turn off the camera, or turn off the video camera, and I want you to go around the circle with your kids, and I'd like you to have the kids tell them your name, and then have them tell you their favorite hobby. All right? And it should take 5 minutes. That's about it. All right? And I'll see you back in 5 minutes. All right, welcome back, y'all. We're ready to get started. We're gonna now start learning our poses, and we're gonna be doing a new breath today. All right, but before we start, I have an assistant today with me, and it is my daughter, my oldest daughter, and my oldest child, I should say, and I'm very excited to have her join me today. Please welcome Miss Miranda.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
I'm back.
You are back. She was with us yesterday and she's here again today. We are so lucky to have her. All right, so today we're going to be starting out with a very hard pose. Counselors, after I teach this, you're going to want to shut me off and you're going to want to help the kids do this. I'm going to go through this pose with my daughter, and I'm going to show you exactly what needs to happen on this pose. Once the kids are in this pose, they need to make sure that they do not move their head around. This is a pose that they really need to focus and breathe through. All right? It is called the candle pose. So I'm going to have my daughter lay down right here in front, lay this way on your back.
All right. Oh, on my back.
Do me a favor, head at this end.
Head this way?
Yes,
all right.
please. All right, so now on this pose is called candle pose. And what's going to happen is my daughter is going to lift her legs up into the air, and she's going to rest on her shoulders. So we want you're gonna take your hands and support your tushy.
Oh,
And we're
okay.
gonna lift up, all the way up. Hold your hiney if you want. There you go, hold your hips. Notice, counselors, how I'm spotting. I actually help pull them up. Now, this is my daughter, so obviously I can touch her, all right? Counselors, maybe use gloves, and you could do this, or otherwise, just have the kids do it on their own, all right? But notice how her hands are supporting her back. Look at how the elbows are on the ground. This is a pretty hard exercise. Now, can you do me a favor and bring your feet down to your head in tent position? All right, so now we're in tent position. And now, can you bring the knees next to the ears? There you go. All right, now slowly bring your legs back up. Point your toes. And now slowly roll back down. Notice how look how she brought her legs in and evened it out. All right? So I'm gonna lay on this side and I'm gonna do it this way. She's gonna do it this way so you get to see two different views of it. All right? Are you ready, Miss Miranda?
Indeed.
All right, now, the secret, kiddos, is that you gotta get your bum up in the air. You're literally resting on your shoulders. All right, it's your shoulders that's taking the brunt of this exercise. All right, and we're doing 3 exercises in a row. We're doing candle pose, tent pose, and then pressure ear pose. All right, or I should say ear pressure pose. All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna actually rock back because I'm older and I need to rock back. So I'm gonna get a little bit more momentum going. She's strong enough, she's young. She's just gonna pop those legs up because she can do that. All right, so follow whomever you want and watch. And go into tent. Ear pressure. I prefer candle. And now slowly roll out of it. All right. Woo! That's a hard one. That will get the sweat going right away. All right, so counselors, I hope you turn me off at some point and you work this through with the kids, because this is definitely a hard one. It's one of the hardest poses that we do, and trying to teach the kids how to get their rumps up into the air and how to support it, it's hard, all right? So they might need your help as well, all right? All right, let's go to the next pose. All right, next pose is called LadyBug pose. And this is actually a real pose in yoga, and the real name escapes me. But hopefully my daughter will know the name of it when we do it. All right, so LadyBug pose. I'm gonna turn sideways for right now.
Okay, do you want to follow you?
Yeah, just go to the back though. You just go back there
Okay.
and go that way.
All right.
All right, so when we do LadyBug pose, you're gonna lay down on your back, bring your feet up so that your feet are getting ready to touch the ceiling, hands on the insides, and you're gonna wrap your hands around your feet. And you can rock back and forth and massage those kidneys. So good. This is actually one of my favorites.
Isn't this happy baby pose?
Happy baby! That's the name of it. Booyah! Happy baby! Woohoo! I'm a happy baby.
It's such a nice little massage
Oh.
on the back.
This is actually one of my favorite poses because it really just stretches you out. You can actually just feels so good on the spine. Oh, I love it. All right. You can relax and sit up. All right. The next pose is called crab pose. All right. Crab pose Some of you might have played crab soccer sometime in your life. Maybe during field day you've done like a crab walk or something. It's the same thing in yoga, all right? So you're gonna put those hands behind you. Now, in a real crab pose in yoga, your fingertips should face your bum bum like this, all right? But if your wrists hurt, if it's uncomfortable and you feel any uncomfortableness in your wrist or your arms, you can turn them out a little bit. I'm cool with that. You can even face backwards if you want. Whatever works for you is fine with me. All right, so you're gonna plant those feet in front of you, and then you're gonna lift your bum bum up, bring the head back, look up, and breathe. And now, those of you that are really strong, if you want to walk around and do a little crab walk around your circle, go ahead and do that. Again, counselors, if you need to take a pause for the cause, go ahead and take a pause for the cause. All right? Sounds good. Okay, next pose is my favorite, like lit, my favorite. All right? And it's called flower pose. And it's a little hard because it's a balance pose. And because I'm older, balance is harder for me. All right? And so for some of you kids, balance is going to be hard for y'all too. All right? So we got something in common. Huh, who knew? All right, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to put your feet together as you would in butterfly pose. All right? And then you're going to take your hands, palms up, and you're going to slip them under your legs, and you're going to lift the legs up, and you're going to balance on your bum bum with your pedals sticking out like this. And again, this is flower pose. This is all balance. Focus and concentration. Use your breath. Oh, feels so good.
It does feel nice.
That is like my faves, literally. All right, now we have a really easy, silly animal pose. It's spider pose. You're gonna put your feet out in front of you so your legs are straight. You're gonna make little spider fingers, and walk those spider fingers back and forth on your legs. Can you keep those knees down? If you feel too much pain as you come forward and you need to lift the knees up a little bit, it's okay. All right, you do you. There is no right and no wrong way.
Should our feet be pointed or flexed?
You know what? You can do a little bit of both.
Okay.
You can flex them, feel that, see how that feels, and then point them. Which way is easier?
Pointing for me.
Pointing is easier?
For me.
Oh.
Flexing, that's makes it a little bit harder.
Yes, it does. Okay. All right, come up to your knees now, my little chickadees and buccaneers. This is another animal pose, and it's really easy, and it's really kind of silly, but we have to do it. So K1 and 2, you guys are gonna love this. 3, 4, and 5, just go with it, all right? It's silly, it's easy, and it's the lion pose. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
That's it. That's all we got right there. That's the lion pose. All right? That is fun. All right, next pose. Stand up. Go to the end of your mat. All right, the next pose is a real pose in yoga. And I'll never forget the first time I learned it, they told me it was a resting pose, that it should feel really good and all this. Honey, to me, this pose, it was really hard for me to get used to it, all right? I'm actually not gonna do this pose. I'm gonna have my daughter do it, all right? So I'm gonna have you stand right here. The
Okay.
pose is dog pose.
Okay.
All right. Downward dog. Exactly.
All right.
In real yoga, it's called downward dog pose, but for us, we're gonna call it dog pose. So I would like you to get down on your hands and knees for me.
All right.
All right, now, so she's already in a pretty good position right here. Now, I'd like you to dig your toes into the mat, and now lift your knees up, push all the way up into downward dog. Wow, you see that, guys? See how she's almost in a letter V? Perfect, very nice. All right, now do me a favor. Can you show them how to walk the dog? Can you walk the dog with your feet alternating?
Oh, yes.
Walk the dog. So we're gonna get 3 exercises out of this one as well. 3 poses. And now, take your right leg, lift it up, and wag the tail. Good. So now, we just created 3 exercises or poses from doing downward dog. All right, excellent, excellent. All right, switch legs. Point your toe. Can you point it? There you go. Now, she's drawing circles with her leg, but she's opening up those hips. All right, big deal. I love how she's stretching out. She's really just beautiful. Excellent. All right, you can go ahead and stand up. Walk those feet in, slowly roll up. Booyah. All right, good job. Good, 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 good. That was so nice. All right, next pose is called table pose. You can be right here and I'll be right here. We'll go this way.
Oh, face.
Yep.
Facing you?
Yeah, we'll face each other.
All right.
All right, so table pose, if you remember on the first session, we learned cat pose and we learned cow pose. Table pose is the in-between pose of those 2 poses. So let's go through it. You got cow pose, all right, cow pose, and then you've got cat pose, and table pose is right in the middle. It's a flat back. Head is in line with your back. Imagine being able to set a plate on top of your back. That is what we're looking for, a nice, flat, level position. All right? Beautiful. Nice job, hon. All right.
Thanks.
All right, let's get down into squat position.
Okay.
We're gonna squat down now. Next pose. It's a silly one. Are you ready for another silly animal pose? But it's fun. All right? It's duck pose. So you're gonna open your legs up, hands under your pits, quack, 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 quack,
Quack, quack.
quack, quack. Oh,
That's a silly one.
that is silly. It's very silly. All right, just go with it. All right, stand up. Go to the back of your mat. And our next pose is going to be elephant pose. All right? So what you're going to do is you're going to start with your right leg. All right? And you're going to take a giant step forward as far as you can. All right? And then you're going to bend the front knee. Oh. And now your arms come up. And now we're gonna be an elephant. Woo! Elephant pose. And in real yoga, what is this pose called? This is Warrior
1.
Yep, Warrior 1, very good. All right, and in yoga, whatever we do on one side, we must do it on the other side. So I want you to bring that back foot back. And now we're gonna step with our left leg. Take a big giant step. Look how I'm creeping it out so that until I feel comfortable. Now the secret is not falling. If you're falling on the ground, kids, that's not yoga because you're not controlling yourself. Remember, focus on what you're doing. Breathe through it. Bend that front knee. Your back is straight. Your arms are up. We're now in Warrior One pose, and we're going to do elephant pose. And freeze. Nice.
That's a fun one. I
All
like it.
right. Yes, it is. All right. Now, just for fun, I want you to take the hand that's up. I want you to bring it down onto the mat and just lift the other arm up and look up at your arm. Ooh, that's a nice stretch.
It does feel good.
Ooh, that's nice. Bring the hand down. Put it on each side. All right, kick that foot back. Walk your hands back. And slowly roll up. Who remembers mountain pose? Shoulders to the ears, back and down. Place those hands, palms forward, press those fingers down, close your eyes. Take a nice breath. Next pose is airplane pose. All right, we're gonna have to divide a little bit.
Okay.
All right, or how about you go forward because you're.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna do airplane pose. So airplane, take one step forward. Now, notice how I'm spreading my toes. Spread your toes out so that they help give you a good base. And they're gonna help you balance because airplane pose is a balance pose. All right, now bend that front knee a little bit. You're gonna lean forward. As you lean forward, you're gonna look forward. Now I'm literally looking at my camera that's videotaping us because I'm focusing on that one spot. And you're going to bring those arms out, lift the leg up. How high can you lift it? If you lose your balance, start again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And bring it down. Let's try the other side. All right, ready? Switch feet.
You okay?
Yep. All right, ready? Again, spread your toes, get a good base. Arms out, find a spot out in front of you to look at, to stare at, to focus. And breathe as you're doing this. Now slowly lift up that back leg. There we go. She's got good balance. Very good. Very nice. All right, bring it on down. All right, next pose. From right here, we're gonna go right into chair pose. So, feet are together. Now, are you listening? This is a hard pose to figure it out. I want you to press those fingertips down to the ground. I want you to bend down. I want you to just brush your fingernails. Bring them up. Keep the tushy down and look up. Arms are straight. Fingers are relaxed. And forward fold. One more time. Let's do chair pose. Ready? Chair pose. Forward fold. Halfway up and down. Inhale, halfway up, exhale, reverse swan dive. Bring the hands up and down. That's nice. Next pose, moon pose. Bring those hands up over your head and lean to your left. And now lean to your right. And we look like a moon shape or a banana.
This would be a crescent moon.
That's right. Ooh, that feels so good.
It does. It's a really nice
Oh,
stretch.
it's a nice stretch. Bring those hands down. Next pose is one of my favorites. All right, it is called dancer pose. All right. I want you to stand with one foot down. Copycat me. All right. Right foot, left foot is like a kickstand. Left hand out. Right hand up. Now, slowly, you're going to lift that foot into your hand and then slowly lean forward. Dig your toes into the mat. Good. Nice. See the nice extension she had on that? That's what we're looking for. All right, let's try the other side. Ready? Left arm up, right hand out, kickstand. Find a spot out in front of you to focus on. Make sure you've got a good balance, all right? You feel good? All that weight is in this leg, your straight leg. All right, ready? When you feel good, lift that leg up. Try to lean forward, stretch out. There. And if you fall out, you fall out, you just try it again. Again, if at first you don't succeed, try again. All right, next pose is a fun one. It is lotus pose. Sit down, crisscross applesauce. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I cannot do a full lotus. My hips just aren't open enough. And some of you won't be able to do a full lotus either, and that's okay too. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take one foot, pick it up, and just put it on top of your leg like this. Yeah, so now we're in half lotus. Is half lotus okay? Yes, it is. This is your journey, all right? There's no right or wrong way. Somebody next to you might be able to do a full lotus. Can you do a full lotus? Where you get this leg and put it up here? Now some of you, if you can, take this foot now and you're gonna put it up here. Now, I cannot do that, but this would be a great time to take a pause for the cause, counselor, and let the kids practice this, because this is one thing that they really enjoy figuring this out. All right? And then, once they figure that out, they can also then do a swing, all right, where they can push themselves up and see if anybody can swing back and forth, all right? But again, your feet can't be touching the ground. Mine is, because I can't do a full lotus, but you get the idea, all right?
I can't do it either.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. All right, next pose is, and we did it yesterday, baby pose. Let's go down into baby pose. We've worked hard today. Open those knees up, toes together. Bring the tushy down into, touch your feet, hands out in front, and relax. let's do giraffe pose. We did giraffe pose yesterday. Hands up, thumbs together, fingers curled. Come up on those tippy toes and walk on those tippy toes all the way around. Whoop, whoop. All right. Love it, love it, love it. All right, next pose is standing splits pose. All right, so standing splits pose, you're gonna put one foot in front of the other. Now, if you're not great at this, it's okay. And if your legs are bent, that's okay too. So, you're gonna take one leg forward, and whichever foot is forward, you're gonna have the same hand forward. That hand is going to come down, other hand comes up, and slowly lift that leg up. Good. And slowly come out of it. Good. And now we're going to try the other side. All right, other foot forward. Because remember, whatever you do on one side, you have to repeat on the other side. All right, are you ready? One hand, slight bend in the knee. Bring that hand down, right in front. That other hand comes up. Lift that leg. How high can you get it? Slowly come out of it. Now, all right, so you have to go now, my darling?
I do unfortunately have to go.
Okay.
It's been wonderful practicing with you all, but I do have an appointment that I have to make So I will let you finish.
All right, well, thank you
Yeah.
for joining. I appreciate
All
that.
right, of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank
I will
you.
see you
Bye.
later. Bye, sweetie. All right. Well, that's kind of a bummer. All right, so we're gonna finish this up. Actually, I think we're just about ready to wrap this up. But I want to go through a game that you can do with the kids counselor. It is called Yogi Says. It's basically the same concept as Simon Says, except you're going to be using yoga poses. All right? So you just name a pose and the kids have to do it. But of course you're going to say Yogi Says butterfly pose. So then they get down in butterfly. And then if you say stand up and you don't say Yogi Says, then that person's out. So it's the exact same thing. All right? At this time, you probably would like to do a Shavasana. So counselors, you can have the kids lay down on the floor. All right? Have them open their feet up. Feet are together. They're going to lay down, palms up. They're going to relax. Take some nice deep breaths. You might actually have some kids that fall asleep during this time, and that's awesome if you get kids falling asleep. That means that they worked really hard and they were really focusing and concentrating on what they were doing. So I hope you guys all had an awesome day today and did a great job with me today. I'm so proud of you for all that you've done. Counselors, if you could, take a minute and have the kids share the favorite pose that they did today in class. All right? And I hope you guys all did a great job of meeting our goals today, of learning new poses and increasing your strength and flexibility and balance. And I'm so proud of you. Everyone, sit up nice and straight. hands at your chest, and namaste. All right, bye-bye, guys.